Hello and welcome to this session by SuperGrads by Top Rankers. Good evening, dear students. How are you all? How is the preparation going on for CMAT? I hope it is going on in full swing. Let us take up some questions today from verbal ability so that you get a new edge, a cutting edge to your preparation, and you know in which direction you have to proceed. My name is Rita Gurbani, and I am your VARC expert. So, dear students, as we had discussed in the previous session, the syllabus comprises different aspects of English language. It can be reading comprehension, parajumbles, idioms and phrases, word meanings, one word substitution, synonyms and antonyms, spotting errors, sentence correction, grammar and vocabulary related fill in the blanks, and foreign words usage. So, we'll be taking these all up in a detailed manner, and you are free to ask your doubts, leave your comments in the comment box, and let us know where you find you face difficulty. Which are those areas where you feel that they are your gray areas and they need to be addressed? We will be more than happy to help you with your doubts. So, now starting with today's concept. In this session, I have tried to cater to the questions which appear in the CMAT exam or the kind of questions which have been appearing in the previous years. So, looking at those, I've just formulated this small video for you so that you know, okay, that this is the pattern and in this line you have to move. So, coming to the first part, here you have to find out the correct spelling. So, there are four options for a particular word, and you have to tick on the correct option, the one which has the correct spelling. Look at the first word, ceremonial, 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 ceremonial. So the correct spelling is obviously ceremonial. So if you are able to answer this, you get this question right. Next is the word profession. Look at the different spellings of the word profession. Students get confused. Okay, so the correct spelling is this one, profession with single F and double S. The third word in the series is occasionally. Occasionally, 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 occasionally. This is the correct spelling with double C, single S, and double L. Coming to the next word, acknowledge. Acknowledge, 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 acknowledge. The correct spelling is this one, wherein you have a C, you have a K, you have a W, you have a D. Okay, so this is the correct spelling of the word acknowledge. The last word, mischievous. Mischievous. Now, here, dear students, some of the students I have seen, they have a tendency to pronounce it like mischievous. It's not like that because the correct spelling is mischievous, right? So, these are the spellings where you have to pay attention to. Now, coming to the other type of question, herein you get some options, some fill in the blanks. And what you have to do, you have to fill in the correct word in the given fill in the blank from the options which are given. And the beauty, or rather, you can say the difficulty lies in the challenge is there are two words to be selected together. So you have to see, you have to go through these both words and you have to decide which is the pair of words which will fit in both the blanks. Take, for example, the first sentence. The author's prose is known for its dash language. The author means writer, prose. He has written something which is non-fiction, and this prose is known for its dash language, often using dash words that send readers to the dictionary. Now, the reader is being sent to the dictionary. What does it mean? That the words are pretty difficult. They are beyond the reach of the reader. That is why the reader or the student or the learner has to go back again and again to the dictionary to find out the meanings of the various words. So let us check the options. Now, for the first one, we have laconic and simple. Laconic means using very less number of words, very less number of words. Simple. Now, does the option simple fit here? Simple means which is easy to understand. If the word is easy to understand, why shall the reader be forced to use a dictionary again and again? So this option goes out of question. Coming to this succinct and intelligible. Succinct is talking about things in a very pithy manner, in a very short and sweet manner. That is succinct. And intelligible. Intelligible means the meaning you are able to understand. Intelligible means you are able to understand, you are able to comprehend. Okay. We want to look for such an option where the difficulty is being shown. Now, coming to this option, abstruse and plain. Now, abstruse means difficult. Abstruse means difficult. Okay. But what about, so we can use here abstruse language, but what about the second one? Plain words. Plain and simple are both same. So if the words used are plain, why should a reader go to the dictionary? Let us examine this option, verbose and obscure. Verbose means which has too many words. Too many words. Okay. Some authors, some people have the tendency of using a huge number of words to explain, whereas the concept could easily have been explained in some less number of words, but then they have the tendency to use many words, which intricately, builds up the concept and makes the meaning difficult to understand. And the other word is obscure. Obscure means hidden or difficult. Obscure means hidden or difficult. So the correct option is option this one, or verbose. The author's prose. Let us read and let us see if it fits in well in the context. The author's prose is known for its verbose language, often using obscure words, means difficult words that send readers to the dictionary. In this way, you have to come to the correct option. You have to use your reasoning. You have to use the analyzing power, analyzing analytical capability of yours to arrive at a correct conclusion. There can be some words about which you have no idea, but then you have to select the correct option, right? So how do you do that? Let's see the second one. The manager's dash leadership style was evident in the way he could quickly dash and address potential issues, ensuring the project's success. So, here, if we look at it again, we are talking about in the first part of the sentence, the manager's leadership style. Okay, what is the style? What style of leadership? Let us see. And then this is evident. Evident means clear, clear in the way he could quickly means fast, dash, and address potential issues. Potential issues means hidden issues which can come up, unforeseen, which can come up. He is able to see those also. And address means to take care of potential issues, potential problems, ensuring the project's success. And so this success word, it has a positive meaning, it has a positive connotation, means the sentence tells us about the manager's positive leadership style. At least we understand this part, that the words which are to be used should have a positive connotation or a positive meaning. Let us examine the options. The manager's reactive leadership style was evident. Reactive means the one who gives quick reaction. You say something and the other person blurts out. That is reactive. Okay. And preclude is to prevent. Prevent means not to allow, rokna, prevent. So will this come here? He could prevent an address. Okay. Proactive. Proactive means taking initiative for things. What does the word proactive mean? To be taking initiative for things. So proactive is a word which goes positive in a positive sense, right? Proactive word goes in the positive sense. The other word, anticipate. Anticipate means to look forward, to be able to look forward and hope. Let's see the third option, autocratic and overlook. Overlook is a negative word. Overlook means to neglect. So neglect word will not fit in this context. And autocratic means auto means self. Autocratic, the person who only gives importance to himself or herself. The person is not having any democratic ideals or ideas. So that person will be called autocratic. Autocratic and overlook. So this option also goes out of question. Then bureaucratic and exacerbate. Exacerbate is to make a situation worse or even worse or even bad. Okay. To make any problem or make any situation worse is called exacerbate. So this is clearly a negative word. And what is bureaucratic? Bureaucratic, the government in which the bureaucrats, the administrators are involved. So this clearly leaves us with the option second, proactive. Now let us see, does it fit in? Let us check. The manager's proactive leadership style was evident in the way he could quickly anticipate. Anticipate means to be able to look in advance, to be able to perceive, to be able to judge the forthcoming events. पहले ही देख लेना. So that is a positive trait. So see, this option goes correctly with the question, with the sentence. The manager's proactive leadership style was evident, means clear in the way he could quickly anticipate the and address the potential issues, ensuring the project's success. So, in his capable hands, under his capable leadership, any project is going to be successful. Next, the professor's lecture on quantum physics. The professor's lecture means discourse, discussion on quantum physics. Quantum physics is a branch of physics, was so dash that even the brightest students found it difficult to comprehend, and some were left in a state of dash. The professor's lecture on quantum physics was so dash that even the brightest student, even, look at this word, even, even the brightest students found it difficult. This is the key to our understanding, that even the brightest, the most intelligent students could not understand, okay, what he was talking about. Comprehend is to understand, and some were left in a state of. So when you do not understand a particular thing, you are left in a state of confusion, chaos. You don't know what is the meaning, what is the idea. Let us examine the given options. We have understood the sentence. We have understood what sort of words should be used to fill in these blanks. Lucid. The first option is lucid and enlightenment. Now, enlightenment clearly is a positive word. To enlighten means to fill with knowledge, to fill with understanding. Enlighten, to make things clear. Enlighten is to make things clearer. And this word lucid, lucid means again easy, with an easy going flow. The flow, easy to understand. So easy to understand? No, this will be out of question. Look at this, incomprehensible. Incomprehensible. From comprehend word has come comprehensible. And in shows negative or the absence of comprehension, absence of understanding. Incomprehensible. And the other word is bewilderment. Bewilderment, as though the person has become totally confused. The meaning of bewilderment is confused. This looks like a very good option, but then we should keep it on hold. We should not jump on the answers. We should not jump at the conclusions. We should examine, inspect the other options also, that if we get any better option, let us see. Look at the third one, intelligible. Intelligible also means which can be easily understood. So this does not go with the meaning. Fascination, fascinate. Fascinate is to be attracted. If you are attracted, that means you are comfortable with it, right? But the opposite idea is being expressed in the sentence, that the students were not comfortable because they were left in confusion. Abstruse. Abstruse means difficult. This word goes correctly. If I read it like this, the professor's lecture on quantum physics was so abstruse. Abstruse means difficult. This is a correct option here. What about the other one? But that even the brightest students found it difficult to comprehend, and some were left in a state of clarity. So this does not go with the meaning. They were not left in a state of clarity. Clarity means lack of confusion. So which would be the better option? The best option is the second one, this one, incomprehensible and bewilderment. Let us read the sentence again to check whether it fits in or not. The professor's lecture on quantum physics was so incomprehensible that even the brightest students found it difficult to comprehend, and some were left in a state of bewilderment. In this way, we have to arrive at the correct option. Now, take this example. Scientists have recently discovered a dash strain of bacteria that is highly resistant to antibiotics, posing a severe threat to public health. To combat this, they are developing new dash to tackle the issue. What is the meaning? Scientists have recently, means of late, recently means in the present times, discovered a dash strain of bacteria that is highly resistant to antibiotics. The antibiotics do not have any effect on this particular bacteria. This makes it face a severe threat. Severe means very serious. Severe means serious. Threat. Threat is a big challenge, a big danger or a challenge to public health. So some negative situation is being talked about. This is very clear that a new strain of bacteria has been discovered which will pose a severe threat. Next part of this, to combat this. Combat means to fight, to fight or to face. They are developing new dash to tackle the issue. To tackle the issue means to take this challenge, to find a solution, to find a remedy. So the second blank talks about some sort of remedy. Okay. But what about the first blank? Let us examine the given options. Ubiquitous, ubiquitous and solutions. If you check all these options, you will find that the second part, the second word, see, look at the second word, solutions, therapies, strategies, remedies. These all talk about something positive. These all can fit in very well, right? If you do not take care of the first part, the first sentence, the first word of the given two words, you find that solutions, therapies, strategies, and remedies, they go very well because therapy is a type of treatment. Therapy is a treatment. Remedy is a solution. Solution already has been given, the answer to the question. Okay, strategy is a plan. Strategy is a ways and the means. Now we have to examine the first one. Here what will come? Discovered a ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means present everywhere. Ubiquitous means present everywhere. All pervading, right? Next, novel. Novel means new. Novel doesn't also mean, novel of course means the fiction, any novel which you have been reading. But novel also means something new. Okay. And look at the third one, potent. Potent means again powerful. Potent means powerful, means strong. Benign. Now, benign means something which is good for the human beings. Benign. It comes from the root word bene. Bene or bon means good. Benign is something good or kind. So this is out of question. We are not talking about a benign bacteria. This bacteria is harmful. So now we are left with ubiquitous, novel, and potent. Of course, it is potent because it is powerful. It may be present everywhere. That is correct. It may be powerful also. It may be very dangerous. It can be present, omnipresent. Okay, all pervading. But which is the third one? Novel. Now, this novel, which means new, we find this here. Where do we find this word? New. Okay, so this novel and new, they go together. You can make a connection. So, which is the best option? The best option is this one, novel and therapies. Let us check the answer. Scientists have recently discovered a novel strain of bacteria that is highly resistant to antibiotics, posing a severe threat to public health. To combat this, they are developing new therapies to tackle the issue. So, in this way, you find that by eliminating options, you are able to reach the correct answer. Let us take the fifth sentence. The company's dash in embracing new technologies and reluctance to dash outdated systems hindered its competitiveness in the market. First of all, let us understand the sentence, what it is trying to tell us. Instead of us jumping at the options given and trying to fit in the options, it is always advisable to understand the context, understand what the sentence is talking about, right? So look at the sentence. The company's dash in embracing, means some quality of the company is being talked about. Embrace. Embrace is to take up willingly, है ना? To take up willingly. Here, embrace means to take up willingly, to accept new technologies. And reluctance. Reluctance means unwilling, lack of willingness, unwilling, unwillingness to dash outdated systems. Look at this word, outdated. Is the sentence talking about the new technology, the new systems? It is talking about outdated systems. And hindered, this word is also important. Hinder. Have you heard the word hindrance? Hindrance, impediment, rukawat, hindrance. You must have come across this word. Hindrance means an obstacle. Hindering means posing an obstacle. Hindered its competitiveness in the market. So the general meaning is talking about the company in a negative manner, that the company is not going ahead, it is not flourishing because of the reason. So let us see how the words will fit in the context. Look at the first, the company's innovation. Innovation means to have new technology, isn't it? Something which is new, like we discussed here, novel, novel, new, something unique. Okay, that is called innovations. Discard. Discard is to reject. Discard is to reject. So, new, this one, the company's innovation in embracing new technologies. So we can be confused, we can be confused by the word new which has been used here, that okay, here we can fill in innovation, but what about the other word? And reluctance to discard outdated systems. Okay, so reluctance to discard. Let us see whether it works or not. Discard is a correct word here, but then innovation is not a correct word. So what is the challenge? What is the condition? That both the words should be fitting in. And here we find that out of this pair of words, one word is fitting, but the other is not fitting, which makes the option go out of question. Look at the second one, resistance. Resistance and maintain. Now let us check. The company's resistance in embracing new technologies and reluctance to maintain outdated systems. Reluctance to maintain outdated systems hindered its competitiveness in the market. Okay. Next, adaptation. Adaptation is also to embrace. Just as we spoke about embracing, similarly, adaptation means to welcome with open arms, okay, large-heartedly. So, to adapt, okay, here the company's adaptation in embracing new technology and reluctance to acquire outdated systems. We will not, no company is acquiring outdated systems. They already have these systems now which have become outdated. Please see the difference. There is a minute difference, right? So the systems which they already have, those systems have become outdated. Now come to the last option, inertia and reinvent. Inertia. Inertia means like either a state of rest or a state of motion, right? So the company's inertia means not the inability. Here in this context, you can relate inertia with inability. Inertia means inability, not taking any action, right? Inactive. You can understand by the word inactiveness. Here, inertia means inactiveness. So, the company's inactiveness or inertia in embracing new technologies and reluctance to reinvent new outdated systems hindered its competitiveness in the market. Now look at this reinvent. Reinvent is to bring something new, to invent again, to make somewhat changes, to modify. Reinvent is to modify, but the modification is not happening, okay, to suit the needs, the new needs which are coming up, the current needs, it is not happening, right? So which will be the best option is option 2. The company's resistance in embracing new technologies means the company is not ready to. Resist means to be unwilling, not ready to. The company is resisting the embracing of new technologies, and its reluctance, it is not ready to what? maintain the outdated systems. To maintain means it should make it correct. It should make it, workable. It should give a working solution. So this will be the correct option. So in this way, you have to look at the options closely. You have to understand the context of the sentence and then you should mark the correct answer. Let us see the other type of question. Select the most appropriate word. Look at the next question. The most appropriate word to substitute the given phrase. You can also call it one word substitution. There is a given phrase, and for that phrase, there's a single word which can be substituted easily. Let us see how it works. First, to defeat completely in a battle or competition. To defeat, है ना? Means there's a battle, there's a competition, and one of the parties or one of the contestants or one of the nations, maybe if it is a war, that is being totally defeated. So the word vanquish. Vanquish means defeat. Okay. Tryst means to have a common, you know, uh, we can call meeting point. Somewhere, common understanding. Tryst means common understanding, right? Common understanding between two people that they want to meet somewhere or they want to have a plan together, right? This is the meaning. And imbroglio is also, it also means a lot of confusion, a state of confusion. Okay, utter chaos, you can call it, right? And forfeit. Forfeit is to have something gone away. Okay, forfeited. Not to be, available. Forfeit, right? So the best answer is vanquish. The correct meaning of vanquish is to defeat, and this goes completely in sync with this phrase. Okay, next to each other. Look at the next phrase, next to each other. Simultaneous. Simultaneous means moving, working together, happening at the same time. That is simultaneous, happening at the same time. Vicinity. Vicinity is neighborhood or the proximity. है ना? The proximity, the neighborhood, surrounded by something. Succession. Succession means to go one after the other, to go in a sequence, one after the other. Okay, what is contiguous? Contiguous means going in a connected manner, one after the other, connected. Contiguous is connected, like this. They are all going together. So the correct option is contiguous, next to each other. Next to each other, they are all connected. Okay, this is the correct option. Look at the third phrase. A person who is very good at something, especially music. A person who is very good at something, especially music. So for music, adept will be okay. Adept means an expert. Who is an adept? Adept is an expert. Popular, the one who is famous. Talented, the one who has got that potential. He has that talent. And virtuoso. Virtuoso is the correct word because it actually means a person who is very good at music, right? Virtuoso is a person who is extremely talented specifically at music. So this is the specific word which you should be able to understand and select, right? Come to the next one. A steep, steep or almost upright side of a high rock, mountain or cliff. Steep, sharp. Okay. Steep means sharp and it is upright side. Upright as I've shown you, high rock or a mountain. So look at the words. Nadir, zenith, precipice, abyss. Okay. So first of all, let us take zenith. Zenith means the topmost point in the sky. Okay, that is zenith. This is the zenith. Then opposite to zenith is nadir, the bottom lowermost point. Okay, so this is the topmost point, this is the lowermost point, right? Abyss is also the lowermost point. Abyss, है ना? So the word which is left is precipice. The correct word is precipice, a steep or almost upright side of a high rock, mountain, or cliff. The answer is precipice. So here you find that these two are synonym and antonym. We will be taking up synonyms and antonyms also. Synonym and antonym means the word which has a different meaning. Okay, here. Nadir is an antonym of zenith, but abyss is a synonym of nadir. So in this way, out of the four words, you are able to establish a connection between the three words, right? So this word should be the correct answer. The reasoning which we have employed is like this, that out of the given four words, the three words seem to be connected. Okay, so which word has a different meaning? This word has a different meaning, precipice. This is the correct answer. Look at the next. To hold the attention and interest completely. To hold the attention and interest completely. Let us examine the options. Capture, yield, entice, enthrall. Capture is to take somebody into imprisonment, to make somebody a captive. Okay, yield is to give in. Okay, to accede to somebody's demand, that is to yield is to give in, right? Entice is to attract, and sometimes, rather generally, I should say, in a negative manner. है ना? For any negative thing which has a negative connotation, if person feels attracted, that is to be enticed. Okay, enthrall means making anybody feel attracted, happy, and you know what is the question saying? Attention and interest completely. For example, the singer completely enthralled the audience, or the dance performance completely enthralled the spectators, means to take their attention in a positive way. Just as we spoke about the virtuoso here. So, dear students, you should also be able to connect the ideas together, right? Try to read. Reading is the base. If you read, you come across different words. You come across different words and then you try to find out their meanings, and it facilitates your reading, which in turn makes you even more, full of capacity to understand whenever you come across a reading passage. So, reading is the key to your success. Keep reading. Next question. Idioms and phrases. As we were talking about the different facets of English grammar and vocabulary which are asked. So idioms and phrases play a very major, quite a major role in this exam, CMAT. Okay. So what we have to do here, we are being given fill in the blanks, and then there are options. And in these options, we have idioms. Now let us see which idioms fills in the blank in the most suitable, in the most appropriate manner. Let us see. As he grew old, he finally decided to dash and let his son run the family business. As he grew old, he finally decided to dash and let his son run the family business. Now, this is very clear that the person is growing old, so he wants to hand over the family business to his son, and maybe he himself wants to rest. He himself does not want to play an active role. Okay, so let us examine the options. To take a bite of. To take a bite of means reduce the portion, reduce some work or some, some amount by taking away. Okay, reduce by a significant amount. This is to take a bite. Now, to take a bow, or you can say bow. Okay, to acknowledge the praise, especially at the end of a performance. A performance has been given, and the person, the singer, the performer, or the actor is getting the praise. So he takes a bow. You know, he takes a bow. So this is the meaning, to take a bow, to take a bite of. Very clearly, you can see that these idioms do not fit in the context. To take a back seat, to take a back seat. Let us see this fourth one also. To take a beating. To take a beating means to suffer a lot. To suffer due to some reason. To take a beating means to suffer due to some reason. So the sentence is not talking about suffering. Neither are these two meanings getting fitted in here. To take a back seat is the appropriate option to take a backseat means to go in a corner and not take an active part. Okay, to be seated there, to be present there, but not taking an active role, to be comfortably seated. I will just give you a very literal connotation. Okay, if you have to drive a car or a vehicle, you have to be where? In the front seat, right? But if you have to rest, if you are not on the driving mode, then you have to take the back seat. So in this way, you can remember to take a back seat. As he grew old, he finally decided to take a back seat and let his son run the family business. Next, it is better to get straight to the point instead of dash. It is better to get straight to the point instead of dash. Instead, instead word shows us that there is a transition in the meaning. Some change is happening. Okay, let us see. It is better to, and a suggestion is also being made that this is better to do what? Instead of doing this, let us do this. What is that? Let us see. Crying over spilt milk. Crying over spilt milk is to be unhappy, is to worry over something unnecessarily, है ना? Unnecessarily, which cannot even, be retrieved, which the situation cannot be changed also. Crying over spilt milk. In Hindi, there's a beautiful saying, अब पछताए होत क्या जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत, right? So there's no use crying over spilled milk. You might have often heard, right? So you can relate in this manner. So it is better to get straight to the point instead of this is not working. Second, blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise has a very, very, positive kind of a meaning, which means that this is happening for our good. It is disguised, it is hidden, but it is happening for our good, for our benefit. Look at the third, icing the cake. Now, see, students, icing the cake is no idiom. The idiom is icing on the cake. The correct idiom is icing on the cake. So you watch out for the wrong idioms also. The idiom which has a wrong preposition, the wrong word, but it looks quite similar, that will be never the correct answer. So here this idiom has been used, icing the cake, but the actual idiom is icing on the cake, and it doesn't even fit. Icing on the cake is an added advantage, so it doesn't fit in the context. Beating around the bush, this is the correct answer. Beating around the bush means just talking of general things and not talking about the point for which the discussion is happening. So talking about everything but not about the point for which the discussion is happening, or you can say talking aimlessly, है ना? In a roundabout way. In a roundabout way, the things are being discussed, but the people are not coming to the point, and that is why the person says it is better to get straight to the point instead of beating around the bush. Beating around the bush, not coming to the, not targeting the specific point. Okay. Next, Shaurya had gone to Jaipur on a business trip. Shaurya had gone to Jaipur on a business trip. While there, he dashed and visited his friend also. So this person had gone to a particular city on a business trip. But what did he do there? He met his friends also, right? So let us see the options. Cry for the moon. Moon is something, which is unattainable, right? We cannot attain the moon. Moon here means something, which is unattainable. So crying for that means, crying for the moon means crying for something which we cannot obtain, which is beyond our reach. है ना? Hankering after something which is beyond our reach, that is crying for the moon. So this gives a negative understanding. To eat humble pie. To eat humble pie means to behave in a humble manner. To behave in a humble manner. This does not fit in. He has gone to visit the friend. Why should he behave in a humble manner? Okay. Killed two birds with one stone. Look at this. Killed two birds with one stone. In Hindi, again, there's a beautiful saying, Ek panth do kaj. You might have heard, right? So he went to Jaipur on a business trip, but he visited his friends. So he has killed two birds with one stone. So this idiom fits in best. But let us examine the fourth one also. Spread like wildfire. Wildfire. If you have any idea how this fire spreads, it spreads, by leaps and bounds. This is another idiomatic phrase. So there is nothing like spreading like wildfire here. The best option is kill two birds with one stone. Okay, so in this way, by using the method of contrast and comparison, also you can arrive at the correct option. Okay. Next, the doctor arrived dash and somehow saved the patient's life. The doctor arrived. Out of the question. Out of the question means irrelevant. It doesn't fit. By hook or by crook. In any manner. By hook or by crook. किसी भी तरीके से. In any manner. That is called by hook or by crook. In the nick of time. In the nick of time means in proper time. Okay, in proper time, the doctor reached and somehow saved the patient's life. Otherwise, the patient would have lost his life. But luckily, the doctor reached at the proper time. Okay, so this is the correct option. What about this one? Sitting on the fence. Sitting on the fence means not taking a proper decision. Not taking a proper decision. That is called sitting on the fence. So this is out of question. The correct answer is in the nick of time. The correct option, the correct idiom is the doctor arrived in the nick of time and somehow saved the patient's life. Let us move on to the next blank. The big dog growled so fiercely that they were dash. The big dog, the huge dog, he growled. He or it, whatever you can understand, growled, so fiercely. Fiercely means ferociously, wildly. Okay, that they were the people who were there outside. What happened to them when they saw this dog barking, at such a huge, pace, and such a noise was caused due to his barking, due to his growling, that what happened to the people there outside? Out of the woods. Out of the woods has no meaning. We are not talking about any woods or any jungle or any forest. Spick and span. Spick and span means neat and clean. The house was spick and span when I had left it. Neat and clean. This has no meaning associated in the given sentence. Gone bananas. Gone bananas is to go crazy or to get mad with anger or with excitement. That is gone bananas. To go bananas means to go totally mad. Okay, totally angry or mad. Now, scared out of their wits. You can see this word scared. Even if you do not know the entire idiom, the correct answer is scared out of their wits. So let us read it again. The big dog growled so fiercely that they were scared out of their wits. That they were very, very, very much afraid. Okay. They were morbidly afraid. Very, very afraid. That is called scared out of their wits. Right. So you find how you have to reach the correct answer. You have to examine all the options and you have to think logically and make connections, and then only you will be able to reach the correct answer and go on eliminating the wrong options also. Let us look at this other question in which you find that in this sentence, in the given sentence, there is a word which has been underlined. Okay, and for this underlined word, there are four options given. And what you have to do, you have to identify the synonym. Synonym means a word with similar meaning. This word has a similar meaning. Similar meaning. Let us read the first sentence. The CEO's speech was replete with laudable achievements of the company. The CEO's speech was replete. Replete means full of. Replete means full. You know this word deplete? Deplete is the opposite of replete. So you can have a connotation. Deplete means not to have. You might have heard of depletion. Okay. So deplete is not to have and replete is to have in excess. So the CEO's speech was replete with laudable achievements of the company. He was talking about the achievement. That means he was talking about the things in a positive sense. So what does this word laudable mean? Praiseworthy, questionable, deplorable, lamentable, right? If you do not know this word laudable, try to connect it, dear students. This word, laud, okay? If you know this word, applaud, applaud or applause. Applaud. From here, this word has come laudable. You can get the meaning from here, but we have to check on the options and tick the correct one, which is the most suitable here. Let us start with this one. Lamentable. To lament, lament is to make a complaint, to make a complaint, a grievance. Okay. Deplorable, deplorable, deteriorated, miserable, very bad. Again, questionable. Questionable means it is being questioned. Means again it has come in some sort of under some sort of question means it is not correct. So the answer is praiseworthy. If you know the meaning of the word praise, praise, okay, praise is to laud, okay, applaud, applause. So the answer is praiseworthy. Here the meaning of the word which is to be chosen, it should be a positive meaning, right? Next, the economic forecast presented by the expert was quite auspicious. The economic forecast presented by the expert was quite auspicious. You might have heard of auspicious occasions. Which are the auspicious occasions in our lives? For example, the marriage of a loved one, right? If suppose you have built a house for yourself, that is an auspicious event. The birthday of a child in a family is also an auspicious event. Auspicious is related to something positive, something enriching, something fulfilling. Now let us see the options. Promising. The first is promising. Ominous. Ominous means talking about evil things, talking about bad things. Ominous. So this is negative. Foreboding. Foreboding means having thoughts beforehand, but the thoughts are always negative. Thoughts of fear, thoughts of distrust. Wrong. Unfavorable. Unfavorable already shows a negative connotation. So the word which best fits in with auspicious is promising. The answer is promising. The economic forecast presented by the expert was quite promising. Next, the manager's strict adherence. I repeat, the manager's strict adherence to company policies was well known. The manager's strict adherence to company policies was well known. Now let us see if we do not know the word adherence. Let us see deviation. Deviation, deviate. What is to deviate? To go away from. Deviate is to go away from the norm. To deviate, है ना? To go in different direction. Then conformity, conform, conform. This is not confirm. This is conform. Means in strict accordance. Conform means in strict accordance. Okay. Means in proper agreement. Compliance. Comply is to obey. Compliance. Comply is to obey. Breach. Breach is to break. The meaning of breach is break. So which is the correct option? Conformity. Conformity is to adhere. Adhere is to be aligned. Okay, be in sync. So I repeat, the manager's strict adherence or conformity to company policies was well known. Now look at the next sentence. The professor's lecture was filled with erudition that left the students impressed. The professor is a knowledgeable person. His lecture was filled with erudition that left the students impressed. So this shows a positive meaning. Now let us see the options. Ignorance. Ignorance. Do you think ignorance means lack of knowledge? To be ignorant means not to be aware of. This goes out of question. The professor is not ignorant. Wisdom. Good word. Very good word. See, the professor's lecture was filled with wisdom. That is why the students were impressed. Let us see this word also. Simplicity. Simplicity is a very narrow option which does not fit in here. If he is speaking in a manner, which sounds simplistic, then the students will not be impressed. Okay, scholarship. Better than wisdom is the option scholarship. Scholarship, please don't understand by some amount of money which we take as a benefit on account of our merit. Okay, not that scholarship. Scholarship has come from the word scholar. Scholar means a highly knowledgeable person. A scholar is a highly knowledgeable person. So the answer is scholarship. Erudition means here scholarship, full of knowledge and learning. Okay. The author's next question. The author's sitting room was luxurious and flamboyant. The author's sitting room was luxurious and flamboyant. Luxurious, luxury, you understand luxury. Sitting room, dining, drawing hall, you can say. Okay, the person who sits there. And maybe he meets the people over there. That is the sitting room. Luxurious and flamboyant. Flamboyant means, show off, full of show off, full of unnecessary show off, right? That is flamboyance. Now look at this. Costly. It may be costly, okay, it is very clear. Costly is being, reflected by the word luxurious. And what about flamboyance? Congested. Congested means there are too many people, there are too many things put in there. That is not the meaning. Then ostentatious. Ostentatious means related to show off. Ostentatious, show off. Look at this option, elevated. Elevated means raised. Elevated is raised. That is also not the correct meaning. So the word which is synonymous to flamboyant is ostentatious. The author's sitting room was luxurious and ostentatious means full of show off. Full of show off. Okay. Let us take the next question. Now in this, what we have to do? Here, similar question has been given. But we have to read it carefully. Dear students, one mistake which is often made by the students, of course, in a hurry worry and due to the panic, due to the nervousness of the exam, is that they do not read the question correctly. So please refrain from making this mistake. Read properly the question because in it lies, the success. The key to your successful attempting the question is reading it correctly, clearly, understand it properly, and then proceed for the answers. First, make an understanding. And sometimes the students come out of the examination hall and they feel very unhappy because they say that this question I would have been able to do, but I wrongly understood it. Okay, so because of that, a mistake of being in a hurry because of not comprehending the question correctly, they lose out on the proper answer and hence the marks. So read the question correctly. I said this is a similar question. Each question has a sentence with one word underlined. Identify the antonym. Antonym. Antonym is the opposite of the underlined word. So what we have to do, the word which is underlined, we have to select a word which is opposite to the meaning. Okay. In the previous question, what we did, we selected the synonym, means the word which has similar meaning. In this question, we have to select the meaning, the word which has a totally opposite meaning. Synonym, antonym, ento, okay, anti, against, antonym. In this way, you have to remember. Now, first, the chairman's decision to approve the project was indeed indisputable. The chairman's decision to approve the project was indeed indisputable. In dispute, in dispute, break the word, dispute and able. And here in shows the opposite. What is dispute? Dispute means discord, jhagda, है ना? Some sort of being against somebody. Okay, dispute. So dispute is not harmony. Understand this first of all. Dispute means some opposition. Okay. Indisputable means without opposition. Right? So which word we have to select? The word which is against this or opposite to indisputable. Let us examine the options. Questionable. Questionable means it is a doubtful condition. One thing. Controversial. It is full of controversy. Controversy means the things, the pros and the cons are not clear. That is a controversial statement or a controversial decision. Undeniable. Undeniable, that which cannot be denied. Undeniable means that which cannot be negated. To deny is to negate. Unarguable. Unarguable, which cannot be argued. Unarguable, which cannot be argued. So let us see. Controversial, undeniable, unarguable, questionable. What will be the correct option? Indisputable means that which cannot have a dispute, that which cannot have a doubt. Okay. Okay. Now, which cannot have a doubt is unarguable, which is undeniable. Okay. Which is controversial. So the correct answer is questionable. This is questionable. The questions are rising on the decision which has been taken by the chairman. Okay, next. The novel's narrative was labyrinthine. Labyrinthine means like a maze. Have you seen a maze? Hmm? In which you get in but you do not know how to come out. Very, very puzzling. Or you can say puzzling, confusing. So the novel's narrative was labyrinthine, making it challenging to follow. We could not understand the novel because it was like maze or puzzling, or other words, confusing. Okay, so we have to find out the option which goes against. Let us see this. Winding, winding, okay, having too many turns. Convoluted. Convoluted means connected, right? Intricate. Intricate is again very difficult, very complex. Another word for intricate is complex. Straightforward. Straightforward means very simple, very easygoing, not having any confusion. That is straightforward. So what will be the correct answer? Correct answer will be straightforward. Opposite of labyrinthine we have to find out here. So the opposite we have to find out, the antonym we have to select, the best option we have to select out of the given four. Next, the negotiations between the countries were conducted with great acrimony. Negotiation. Negotiation means discussion. To negotiate means to discuss, right? To try to arrive at a conclusion. That is a discussion. Between the countries were conducted with great acrimony. Acrimony means something, very bitter, something which is full of acerbic nature, which is very bitter, very harsh. That is your acrimony. Now let us see animosity. Animosity means like an animal full of enemy, having a feeling that the other person is my enemy. Okay, hostile, feeling of hostility. Animosity is feeling of hostility. This has also come. Hostility means again animosity. Okay, this is like acrimony only, right? It is going in the negative sense, harsh, sharp, bitter. Okay, then bitterness, already it is given. So bitterness, hostility, animosity are all same. The answer is harmony. Opposite of acrimony is harmony. Harmony means concord. Okay, so again, this trick, as I already spoke about, out of the given options, just see if the three are related in some way, right? If the three are related, that means the fourth one should definitely be the correct option. So this trick will be applied here. Look at sentence number 4. The company's decision to downsize led to the proliferation of unemployment. I repeat, the company's decision to downsize. Herein lies the key. Downsize. If it downsizing means it is going down, it is reducing. Okay, led to the proliferation of unemployment. So unemployment is increasing. If the company wants to go down, it will cut down on its employees. Okay, so what will happen? All its employees, most of its employees are asked to leave. So what is happening? Unemployment is on the rise. So the word proliferation means increase. Let us first understand the given word, as I have been repeatedly asking you to do. First, understand the given word, then go to the options to see which is matching. Okay, now look at this. Reduction. Reduction is clearly opposite of increasing. So this will not be the correct answer. I mean, let us again examine what are the other options. One is expansion. Expansion is to again increase. Expansion is increase, expand, to become more and more. Expansion is increase. Okay. Now growth. Growth is also increasing. Expansion and growth are similar sounding words, similar meaning. They have similar meaning. If you are growing means you are expanding. Okay. Then increase. Increase, as I already said. Okay. So your increase, growth, expansion are related to this word proliferation, right? What is the question asking us to do? The question is asking us to find out the antonym, which is reduction. So antonym is reduction. Reduction is the correct answer. The correct antonym of proliferation is reduction. And we have to choose the best option out of the given answers. Okay, so in this way, we have to proceed with our reasoning. Let us see the last one. The writer's prose was marked by a profusion of vivid imagery. Let us again examine the word and the sentence again. The writer's prose means whatever he has written was marked by a profusion of vivid imagery. Now, even if you do not know the meaning of vivid, you have to rely on the word imagery. Okay, at least you know the meaning of the word imagery means many images have been taken, many different kinds of descriptions have been shown, depicted. Okay, profusion. Look at the word profusion. Profusion has come from profuse, means flowing freely. Profuse means flowing freely. Flowing freely means the meaning you have understood, expanding, right? Too much of that. Now look at the words surplus. Surplus means again excess. है ना? We have a surplus of resources, means we have many resources, more than what is necessary, more than what is enough. Excess, again, free flowing, as I already said, profuse, many, excess, too much. We have too much, excess. Abundance, again, this word came to my, mouth. Abundance. Abundance also has to have much. Too much I have. Okay. What is the word which goes opposite? Scarcity. Scarcity, dearth of, not having, abhav, है ना? To not have, that is to be called, that is called scarcity. So the opposite of profusion here will be scarcity, right? So dear students, keep on practicing, keep on learning, and do let us know if there are any questions you have in your mind, any doubts that are coming to your mind, you feel that these are the particular areas in which you need more help, more hand holding. Believe me, we'll be more than happy to cater to your needs, to cater to your requirements, because our goal is the student empowerment. Okay. And all the best. Keep learning, keep growing. May more power to you. All the best. God bless.